Welcome to Focus Planning Group's education series. We hope you find this information useful. As we go through the presentation, take notes, jot questions down, and complete your workbooks. We will be happy to answer any questions. Our contact information is listed below, and it will be provided to you at the end of the presentation. My name is Joseph Carbone Jr. I am a wealth advisor at Focus Planning Group. I hold a bachelor's degree in finance from Dowling College and obtained the Certified Financial Planner, Accredited Investment Fiduciary, and Accredited Asset Management Specialist designations. I focus on providing wealth management solutions to individuals, families, and small business owners. I co-founded Focus Planning Group in 2002. As a firm, we have over 50 years of combined experience. We have the knowledge to help our clients organize and achieve their financial goals. I encourage you to visit our website and blog, focusplanninggroup.net, and connect with us on our social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for many more great educational videos. Our presentations are designed for you to plan along with us and utilize our complimentary workbook, like the one you see here on the screen. We are providing this to you for free. All you have to do is click on the link listed below, labeled Download Your Free Workbook. Today, we will be discussing retirement plans and accounts. You each have a workbook in front of you. I encourage you to utilize this throughout the presentation. Our presentations are designed for you to plan along with us and utilize our complimentary workbook. You can access the workbook by clicking on the link seen below, enter your name and email address, and you will have it sent to your inbox within a matter of seconds. To begin our discussion, we will go over employer-sponsored plans and individual retirement accounts. I will share some information about taxation of different accounts and general tidbits on how to go about allocating your retirement monies and prioritizing your retirement contributions. We'll conclude the presentation with some basic mistakes to avoid when investing in retirement accounts. The first type of employer-sponsored retirement plan we will discuss today is one of the more popular plans, 401ks. 401k plans are offered through for-profit organizations. Not all for-profit organizations offer 401k plans to employees, but many do. For organizations that offer a 401k plan to eligible employees, they may also offer a matching program, where the employer will match a portion of employees' contributions. Please turn to your workbooks. What percent, if any, of your contribution does your employer match? 401k plans can either be traditional or Roth. With a traditional 401k plan, employee and employer contributions are made on a pre-tax basis. This means that monies are not taxed on the way in, but they are taxed on the way out. A Roth 401k plan is funded with after-tax money that is taxed when it goes in and grows tax-free. So monies are taxed on the way in, but not on the way out. Money can generally be withdrawn from a 401k on 5 different triggering events: termination of employment, disability, reaching age 59 and a half, retirement, and death. If a withdrawal is made before reaching age 59 and a half, it is subject to a 10% early distribution penalty tax. This penalty tax is over and above the participant's federal income tax rate. Some 401k plans have a Roth option. Like traditional 401ks, Roth 401ks are a type of employer-sponsored plan offered through for-profit organizations. Not all for-profit organizations offer Roth 401k options. However, this is becoming a popular option. A Roth 401k is different from a traditional 401k in that Roth 401k contributions are subject to income taxes up front, but qualified distributions of employee contributions and earnings are entirely free from federal income tax. With a Roth 401k option, monies are taxed on the way in and not on the way out. For organizations that do offer a Roth 401k option to eligible employees, they may also offer a matching program in which employers match a specified portion of employees' contributions. This type of investment account is well suited to people who think they will be in a higher tax bracket in retirement than they are now. In general, a distribution from a Roth 401k account is qualified if it satisfies both of the following requirements. It is made after the end of the 5-year waiting period, and the payment is made after you turn 59 and a half, become disabled, or die. In 2014, the contribution limits for all 401k accounts is the lesser of $17,500 or 100% of compensation. If you are age 50 or older and your employer allows something called catch-up contributions, your limit increases by $5,500 for a maximum contribution of $23,000. You must be age 50 by the end of the calendar year to qualify. 403B plans is another type of retirement account. This is an employer-sponsored retirement plan for certain employees of public schools, tax-exempt organizations, and certain ministries. The contribution limits and distribution rules are very similar to those of 401k plans. 403B plans are funded with pre-tax dollars. A 457 plan is typically offered through nonprofit organizations and state and local governments. These plans are often used for government subdivisions such as police departments and fire districts. They are very similar to 401k and 403b plans. One unique feature of a 457 plan is that unlike a 401k or 403b, if an employee participant leaves his or her place of employment or retires before age 59 and a half and needs to withdraw retirement funds, they will not incur a 10% tax penalty. Now that we have reviewed the main types of employer-sponsored retirement plans, we will briefly go over plans for small business owners or self-employed individuals. The 3 most common types of retirement plans for small businesses are the individual 401k plan, simplified employee pension, or otherwise known as SEP plans, and savings incentive match plans for employees, otherwise known as simple IRAs. An individual 401k plan can only be implemented by self-employed individuals who have no other full-time employees. An individual 401k is also known as a solo 401k or an employer-only 401k. The self-employed individual can make contributions to the plan both as an employee and employer. A SEP plan is designed for self-employed people or owners of small companies. This plan allows employers to contribute pre-tax monies into traditional IRAs. SEP IRAs set up on behalf of eligible employees. A simple allows for employee deferral with an employer match. Having a SEP or simple does not preclude an employee from establishing or contributing to a separate IRA. Let's discuss IRAs or individual retirement accounts next. IRAs are personal savings plans to encourage individuals to save for retirement. There are 2 types, traditional and Roth. Contributions to traditional IRAs are made with after-tax money. Depending on your income level, tax filing status, and whether you are covered by an employer-sponsored plan, you may or may not qualify for a tax deduction. Thus, contributions to a traditional IRA can be either deductible or non-deductible. A tax deduction may be for the full amount of the contribution or a partial amount. Again, depending on your income level and filing status for the year of contribution. If you do qualify for a deduction, the amount of the deduction effectively makes that amount of the contribution pre-tax money in the traditional IRA. So if the full amount of the contribution is deductible, the contribution is considered to be made with pre-tax monies. A traditional IRA can contain both after-tax and pre-tax monies. The other type of IRA is a Roth IRA. Contributions to a Roth IRA are made with after-tax monies, and there are no tax deductions available for contributions. Contribution limits for both traditional and Roth IRAs are $5,500 per year of anyone with employment income. If an individual is 50 years of age or older, they are able to make an additional $1,000 contribution known as a catch-up contribution for a total maximum contribution of $6,500. Traditional and Roth IRAs are fairly similar in the contribution phase. The differences between the two are more evident in the distribution phase, which we will go over next. Please turn to your workbooks. What type of IRA do you have? How much have you contributed this year? For both traditional and Roth IRAs, discretionary distributions can be made after age 59.5. Distributions made prior to age 59.5 are subject to a 10% penalty tax. This tax is over and above regular federal income tax that is paid on a distribution. However, there are specific instances when an individual can withdraw money from their traditional IRA prior to 59.5 that are exempt from the 10% penalty tax. I don't plan to get into the details of that today, so please email me questions afterwards or contact me via social media if you'd like to discuss. With traditional IRAs, a required minimum distribution from the account must begin at age 70.5. If minimum distributions are not taken from the account, there will be a 50% tax penalty imposed on the shortfall amount of what should have been distributed from the account. For a traditional IRA, all growth is taxable at the time of distribution. Distributions from a Roth IRA are generally tax-free. On top of the age 59.5 requirement, Roth IRAs have a 5-year waiting period that must be met before funds can be withdrawn. Unlike traditional IRAs, account owners of Roth IRAs are not required to begin minimum distributions during their lifetime. However, distributions must begin after the account owner's death. Now for a change in pace. Let's discuss some general basics of what we do when you are actually making contributions to a retirement plan, like the ones we have discussed. One factor you will need to determine is how you want contributions allocated between different investment products. When allocating your money in retirement plans, it is important to know that the more years you have before you plan to retire, the greater your ability to take risk. Some investment products are inherently more risky than others. It is possible that you might have multiple retirement accounts, some through different employers, both current and former, or maybe an IRA. Think of your retirement account as part of your overall plan to generate retirement income. Allocate investments between your tax-deferred retirement accounts and other taxable investment accounts to get the maximum benefit of tax deferral. Let's go over a few general pointers. As a financial advisor, I am often asked by clients, how much do I need to save for retirement? The truth is, there is no single number that would guarantee everyone an adequate retirement. It depends on many factors, including your desired standard of living, your expenses, including any medical costs, and your target retirement age. Completing a gap analysis can help you determine what percentage of your current income you need to be saving for retirement. This will help ensure your financial independence. Additionally, there are many tax incentives for saving for retirement that you may qualify for. Keep in mind that most people need about 70 to 80% of their pre-retirement income throughout retirement to maintain their standard of living. For example, if your household earns $50,000 per year before retirement, you are likely to need $40,000 per year during retirement to live the way you did while you were working. If you have fully utilized all the sources of retirement savings available to you, you should speak with a financial advisor to see if there are other methods of savings you can utilize. Now we will discuss prioritizing your retirement contributions. When you have access to multiple retirement accounts, it is important that you prioritize which accounts you are going to contribute to first. If you have access to one, your first contribution should go to an employer-sponsored plan that matches your contributions. After that, contribute to any other employer or self-employed plan that allows tax-deductible contributions. After you contribute as much as possible to these tax-deductible plans, or if you don't have access to such plans, contribute to an IRA. Let's discuss some common mistakes to avoid when investing in your retirement. 1. The first mistake is not taking full advantage of tax breaks. The tax-favorable 401k plans and IRAs are a huge leg up in getting to retirement because they enable your tax-deferred earnings to compound. In addition, with traditional plans, you generally get an immediate tax break on your taxable income each year to contribute. 2. The second mistake is not saving enough or at all. Once you sign up, figuring out the best amount to contribute is the next hurdle. Not surprisingly, most people don't contribute enough. It is important that you know how much of your current income you need to be saving. A financial advisor can help you determine the correct amount. A person that starts saving for retirement in their 20s is at an advantage to a person that started saving for retirement in their 30s. as their savings will have a longer time period to grow. Generally speaking, the later you start saving for retirement, the higher the percentage of your income you will need to save for retirement when you do start to save. Moral of the story, save now, not later. 3. The third mistake is not taking into consideration the fees of retirement plans and investments. Fees can eat into your savings, so not paying attention to them can be detrimental. Retirement plans and investments with high fees can cause you to have to save more than you would otherwise, and or work longer before you can retire. The fourth mistake is focusing only on one risk. There is always a degree of risk when making an investment. Different types of investments have different types of risk. Being hyper-focused on one type of risk can lead you to be overexposed to another type of risk. For example, in an effort to minimize market risk, an investor may be heavily invested in debt, leading them to be overexposed to interest rate risk. Therefore, it is important to have a well-diversified investment portfolio. The fifth mistake is investing aimlessly. There are the investors who follow the herd. This can cause an investor to take on more risk than they are comfortable with, without even realizing it. It is important that you understand the risk associated with a particular investment, as well as your own investment risk tolerance. Every individual has a risk tolerance that is unique to them. A financial advisor can help you determine your risk tolerance using a questionnaire. Keep in mind that what your friends invest in might not be the best choice for you personally. The sixth mistake is retiring with no plan for withdrawing your retirement savings. Just like it is important to have a plan when making contributions, it is important to have a plan for how money will be taken out of savings. In retirement, retirement is a gradual process that involves planning. Ideally, people begin to transition their portfolio for retirement years before they actually retire. The end purpose is to generate income in retirement, not to accumulate wealth. So as retirement nears, the mix of investments needs to change, moving away from growth and accumulation towards distribution and preservation. Investors need to rebalance their portfolio to make sure their risk tolerance is reflective of their age and timeline to retirement. That usually means scaling back equity exposure and increasing the amount of debt in the portfolio. The seventh and final mistake is holding on to the hoarding mentality. After decades of saving and investing, many people have difficulty making the transition from having a large account balance to having a stream of income. Investing mistakes made during retirement can be much more detrimental to a retiree's standard of living than those made in the decades of working, as there is no longer time to correct the mistake. A financial advisor can help you determine the optimal strategy for creating an income stream in retirement. Please refer to your workbooks. Does anyone feel like maybe they have already committed one of these mistakes or know someone who has? Let's talk about the key takeaways from today's presentation. The first takeaway is knowing that there are various types of retirement accounts available, and they are split into two types: employer-sponsored plans and individual retirement accounts. Secondly, remember that different types of retirement accounts can have different tax treatments. When contributing to retirement accounts, it is important to prioritize contributions among account types. Finally, it is important to save. Saving something is always better than saving nothing. Thank you for taking the time and listening to our education series. I hope you found the information helpful. If you have not already downloaded your free workbook, please remember to click on the link below. If you have any questions, please see our contact information listed on this screen and at the bottom of the page. We love educating and teaching wealth management, so your questions are welcomed. Please call us, email us, or connect with us via social media. You can always find us on the web at focusplanninggroup.net, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great educational videos, and follow us socially via Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. You can find links to our social pages on the bottom of this page or on our website, focusplanninggroup.net. We also post weekly blog posts, so please pay attention for those on a weekly basis, and those can be found at focusplanninggroup.net also. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to chatting in the future. Joe.